What up 3 times? You already know who it is. It's the one and only homie Chef, aka Wings912 on IG. That's WINGZZ912 on Instagram. You're looking at me, almighty shoe review, but this is a blast from the past, and I really wanted to get this done, so I appreciate y'all waiting. These damn mics and recording threw it all the way off, but yeah, nevertheless, here we are. Shout out to the Breakfast Club. That's the one and only homies, you know what I'm saying? Local crew, we eat, hold each other down, share info, so on and so forth. If this is your first time, please get down below, hit that subscription button with the notification bell. You stay tuned, stay tapped in, you know what I'm saying? Whether the shoe game is kind of dry or not, we still got some things to talk about, some things to do, and I've been working and improving the studio little bit by little bit, and we almost there. But yeah, we got some things we want to get done, you know what I'm saying? Now today, this shoe here is one of these shoes that really changed the game for me, made me fall in love with sneakers. A super duper blast from the past. This is like the 90s era, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm giving away my age, you know what I mean? But it doesn't even matter, because all that matters is I actually have this shoe right now, and I've wanted this shoe for a very, very long time. It's been multiple re-releases, multiple different colorways, but nevertheless, got it in OG form, and I'm happy about it. But never mind that. You know how we rock. First thing we do is we start off with the box. Here, as y'all can see, super OG box. The colors read Phantom, Hot Lava, and Black. Yeah, y'all. I present to you the Air Tech Challenge 2s, aka the Andre Agassi's. Whew. Oh my goodness. Oh. Like, and let me show y'all, because Nike Air was on the heels of a lot of these kicks, man. But now that we got them in here, let's get into them. The 2024 edition of the Nike Air Tech Challenge 2 Hot Lava brings back the iconic colorway of Andre Agassi's signature shoe. Designed by Tinker Hatfield and originally released in 1990, the mid-top sports a white leather upper with contrasting black overlays, a hot lava swoosh, and gray TPU support wings. The shoe's trademark two-tone splatter print appears on the lower underlays. An aged pre-yellow finish is applied to the polyurethane midsole, featuring a visible air sole unit in the heel. All right, so boom, like before I start breaking into this shoe, like, and start getting to the pros and cons, let me just tell y'all how like nostalgic this shoe is, man. Like, I'm a kid, you know what I mean, lived in Jersey, and we used to have local sneaker stores, you know what I mean? You didn't always have to go to the mall. Foot Locker wasn't the only options, you know. A lot of the cities had, you know what I mean, especially inner cities, you know what I mean, they had nice little mom and pop stores, you know, and they used to have Nike accounts, and they used to get the heat, you know, the Forces, the Barclays, the Jordans, you know, Air Max, everything, you know. And that's where a lot of sneaker culture really started for people. You know, if you lived in a city and you had that mom and pop store, it's a store that you used to frequent all the time, or you had family and friends that were older that used to actually shop there and, you know, create the style of your area, you know what I mean? Like, whether it was the goose feathers, the goose down jackets, or the Levi's, and, you know what I mean, construction Timbs. Like, I'm just naming up north things now, you know, but this shoe right here was such a staple for like teenagers and like kids in back in the day. Like, my cousins all had this shoe. They all were going crazy about this shoe. from the colors to the actual execution of the shoe, everything. And around that time, this just so happened to be tennis champion Andre Agassi's shoe. So Andre Agassi was really, really popular, in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s. And you used to see him a lot on television, especially with sports and tennis being televised and everything. He was very, very popular. So when you saw this shoe and you saw the commercials, like, everybody went crazy, especially when you got a commercial back in the day. That meant you were like somebody spectacular. And, needless to say, when we saw this shoe, we all went crazy. I mean, like I said, late 80s, early 90s, a lot of the neon colors was popping. It was a lot of polyester, nylon, a lot of stretching, in the fashion area. But this colorway and this shoe just really came together and became a classic staple in the sneaker culture, early in that time. Now, let's look at the shoe. It's a pretty much all leather shoe. It has a nice little polyester, little stretch type of situation going on the tongue and going on around the collar, excuse me. But I do love this. You got perforated leather on the toe box, and then you got a nice classic leather going around the toe cap and the mud guard. You have, different textures of leather from the tumbled on the heel and on the actual Nike check, coming down to this like kind of hot lava design that's coming down here towards the bottom. And I really love the whole design and make it with the shoe. You see the shoe has wings on it as well. They sit up there and give you good ankle support. You got the plastic eyelets to support the leather up top near the tongue. Very, very fly. As you can see, OG Nike tag, just like Jordan 4s back in the day, and the Jordan 3s as well. And then also you have that, woven Nike patch on the tongue. It's pretty dope, man. And then you already know Nike on the heel, Nike Air on the heel. And as you can see, you have that gray air bubble, So the only difference is these aren't necessarily OGs. They have the aged look. So as you can see, you come down to the midsole, you kind of got that patina action, and then you got the off-white coming around the midsole. But then you come to the sole, and as you can see, still got that bright neon patch with Nike sitting here. And these are like on the 1s and 2s. These look just like I remember them, Now, granted, there have been a couple pairs that have come out recently. They have some in 2008, 2009, and they flipped some of the colorways. But to me, this was the one that was a necessity because it's the closest to the OG. And I mean, oh my goodness, this is just beautiful. You see the layers of leather on it, and the execution on this was really, really good. I like the QC and the way that everything came together. It has nice little grayed out laces. It's pretty dope. Didn't come with an alternate set of laces. I'm not mad about that. Don't think I'll switch up the laces. I think I'm gonna leave it like this. Although I did think about going to the black. Now, it's kind of ironic that, we had the Travis Scott, John McEnroe, AKA Travis Mack shoe pop out. And the only version that really sold was the Travis Scott version with the reverse swoosh. That shoe, the Mac Attack, was kind of iconic, but it was not as iconic as this. So that shoe, I can't lie, I kind of passed up on. But not only that, that fit on that actual John McEnroe was a little bit tighter, so you needed to go up from a half to a whole size in order to wear that shoe. It's cut very, very thin and very, very narrow. This one here, you have a little bit more width in the foot, so you can definitely go true to size on these. Resale, I haven't really checked on in a minute, but I saw it was up. That was almost double the price, and I don't think that number is really going to come down too much. It might have taken a dip, but the last time I've seen it in my size, it was hovering over the 320-ish area, So I'll let you get a look at these prices now. They probably have gone up a little bit or gone down, but it's here or there. But nevertheless, this shoe right here, I don't think is going to lose value in the resale market. I feel like it's going to go up. I haven't heard any rumblings of any more colorways coming, and I haven't seen a restock. And this went to a lot of the tier 0 boutiques. So we could pretty much say that this is it for this. Maybe down the line, they might release a couple more colorways to come up with some different colorways. But for now, this is it. I think this shoe is going to keep doing well, though, because although it has that bright hot lava, you still have that kind of off-white and patina look right here, and that age look would go well into the fall colors in winter. I mean, you know, it's not really white. It's kind of like an off-grade kind of sort of, you know what I mean? Not just a pure bright white, but I think you can do a couple things with this, you know, and if anything, next summer, these are definitely going to be screaming on folks. So, you know, I really like this shoe. I feel like it's a lot of high value in this shoe, but more importantly, it's just the nostalgia and where it takes me back to, and that's what I want more from Nike. Nike needs to go and start from the ground up. They have a new CEO now. I've recorded this plenty of times, but now they have a new CEO on the way. He's been in the game and worked with Nike since an intern and made his way to the CEO. It took him 32 years. So a lot of people are excited about that, but I would like Nike to scrap a lot of designs or a lot of ideas and go back to the designs that matter, you know, getting with new designers that can offer something to the game and give new creative looks and feels that, you know, I mean, creates moments like these that no matter how long it is, the shoe is timeless. This shoe is almost 30 years in the game. And I mean, still, when they drop them, the world goes crazy. So hopefully Nike gets the understanding that it's not just the hype or a collab, but sometimes it's the story within the shoe and the time period and how it all comes into one. You got to be able to make that into one to make the consumer feel like they have to have these shoes. You know, I mean, taking regular dunks with the cheap leather and just spitting them out in multiple colors, they get old, and sooner or later people don't, you know, I mean, they don't care about them. That's why a lot of things are sitting. And they're even doing it to the Jordan 1s. I mean, we had the Travis Scott Jordan 1, and now we just get Mocha 1 lows OGs, and like, you know, they sat, you know, and that was expected because everybody knows Mocha 1s are a poor man's Travis, and nobody wants to play second fiddle to that. So Nike, you got to do better. I'm going to be the one to say that. Like, y'all got to switch that up, man. Like, come with new original designs and don't try to cash in on people's fear of missing out by, you know what I mean, giving them a hype collab and then sort of like a knockoff in a sense with the OG. That's a bad way to treat the OG, man. But never mind, I'm not going to get into a tangent about that. We could talk about that later. Just want to go ahead and give y'all one more look at these guys, because these are dope as hell, and we are definitely about to bring the chefs out. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you know I like the heels. All right, so boom. When it comes to the AirTech Challenger 2, y'all know these getting a 10, man. I've waited a long time for these. I waited a very, very long time for these. You know what I mean? 30 plus years. And I actually have the ability to have them, and I do have them. And I want to shout out Nike because I actually got the W3 sneakers. This was not a resale cop at all, you know? So appreciate Nike actually showing love, surprisingly, to me for this shoe. Don't know how many more W's this is going to turn into, but yeah, this one is a must cop, a very much necessary to have, especially if you're into the history of like sneakers, style, and fashion. Like, these were one of those ones, man, that you had to have, you know? So let me know, did you actually go for these? Did you grab them? How do you feel about these shoes? How do you even feel about the state of sneakers right now, man? Just like, get in the comments, let me know something, man, right now. As always, thank you for tuning in. You already know 2024 is wrapping up. We are almost through September, and we are on our way to October, the last 3 months of the year. So please stay focused, you know what I mean, and stay keeping all that energy to yourself. And make sure you spread love to the friends and family, you know what I mean? Keep your loved ones close. You already know, man, it's getting crazy. Everything's political now. So stay low, stay focused, and get some money, man. And by any means, keep them sneakers clean. We outside. Wow.